symptoms altogether. I know you had some symptoms, Mark, that I did not have. Like I never once had the runny nose or the wet cough, but you apparently did. So, and where are my manners? Of course, this is Free Talk Live. We are a call-in radio show. The telephone number here is 603-283-6160. In the studio tonight, it's myself, the captain,
Joa,
and Mark.
Thanks for being here, Joa.
You're welcome.
So it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's good to see you. Good to see you, Mark.
Thank you.
So, yeah, it was an interesting experience.
Yeah, for like 3 days, basically all I could do was move from one location to another, maybe take in a little food.
That's what I did. I called.
I lost 15 pounds.
You do look
in
like
5 days.
You look like a Nutrisystem commercial.
Yeah,
you do.
I mean, I literally look like John Goodman hanging here.
Good diet plan, I guess, right?
Yeah. It's the only consistent one that's ever worked for me.
As a former musician, I like to say that I went on tour, and so I did. I went on tour. I went on the COVID tour, the COVID concert series, if you will, and I played exclusive small clubs, right? Small engagements, maybe one person. I played the COVID Cabana, and I also played Camp COVID. So, a couple of different venues that were not far from each other. Of course, one was
the couch and the bed.
The couch, and the other was the bed. Yes, you be the judge as to which one was the camp and which was the cabana. Knocked me out.
We did get to see an old football game though together, you and I.
That's true.
I came over and hung out for a little while.
I may or may not have acquired old recordings of some NFL stuff, so that when I'm bored out of my mind with things like COVID, I have something to sort of vegetate.
Keep on the TV.
Yeah. I've never watched anything unless it's live when it comes to football.
It's kind of weird.
It is weird.
Even though you know the score and the outcome, you're still like rooting for the guys. And it's weird. Yeah, it's totally weird. So, I'm going to say this COVID, whatever it is, I'm going to put it in my top 10 illnesses that I've ever had personally.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Now, what does that mean? That means that, it felt a whole lot like having a bunch of flu symptoms. So I never at any point felt like I was in danger of dying. Not at one point at all. I had a loss of breath. I had a lot of fatigue.
Yeah.
And some people go, fatigue? Oh, you mean you were just tired? No, I mean that I was too tired to even get up out of bed.
Yeah,
for almost 4 days.
I planned getting out of bed sometimes as long as 2 hours.
Yeah, if I could make it 2 hours, that was like a good day.
Yeah. No, I meant 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to plan to get out of bed. Like, I would look at the clock, like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, right.
And then I'd go to sleep. And then I'd wake up and I'd be like, I still have to go to the bathroom. And it'd be an hour and a half later. And then I'd be like, all right, I got to. And then at some point or another, I'd just sling my body weight over and go.
Which, of course, may beg the question for those of you listening.
What is my body weight?
No, I was thinking, Captain, if the COVID that you just had is in your top 10 illnesses, what's number one?
Yeah, what is the number one?
Number one illness Captain Kickass has ever suffered to this day is strep throat and bronchitis simultaneously.
And at the same time.
I thought I was going to die.
Strep is no joke. I've had that.
No, I've had them both individually, and at different points with other different illnesses. I'm a former smoker, so I've only been quit for about a decade or so. So whenever I get something, usually it migrates into my lungs and just kind of makes itself at home for a good long time.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And
that's what happens with bronchitis.
And that's what happened with this COVID. Like, I was over most of the, we'll call them regular symptoms, but then it went into the lungs. I started with the dry hack and the dry hack and the dry hack, and it was just cough after cough after cough. And
I was diagnosed with the COVID last year. All I had was shortness of breath. That's all I had.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so many people here at the studio that I think we got up to number 7. Tyler caught it.
Oh, really?
And nothing. The vast majority, it's you and I, buddy. Yeah. We're the worst.
I wonder if that's age thing. I know.
We are the old. I'm 50, and you're 49.
About to be 49.
Yep.
I know that I also don't get the flu shot as the general rule. I mean, I probably got one some point in my past life, but not since I've been consciously aware of, like, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to put things in your body if you don't need them, kind of a thing. And so I just decided to no longer get the flu shot some time ago. So I don't get that as a general rule. I'm not on any prescriptions for anything. I'm an otherwise fully natural dude, right? I'm not, taking medications for anything at all, period. I have no, I don't even think I've had my tonsils removed. So I'm a whole human being as far as that is concerned. So for it to affect me in the way that it did, I kind of expected it. I didn't expect the cough to hang out as long as it did, which of course it did. But here I am today. So thanks for everybody to filling in and,
I'm glad you guys are still alive.
Thanks.
Well, I, again, like Captain, never felt like there's a danger of me dying. I had the chills, something terrible. I had,
yeah, that was the most annoying thing was you're sweating, but you're really cold.
Yes.
This is weird. Do I put a blanket on? Do I turn the air conditioner
off? If it hadn't have been for those chills, there's no way I was going to burn 3 pounds at a day, though.
Yeah.
I knew that was the case, so I was actually sticking body parts out to be colder. And in fact, the only reliable way to lose weight is to lower your body temperature. You don't want to go too far, but you want to lower your body temperature, or in this case, my body temperature is artificially increased. So,
riding the system. Well done.
Yep, I did. And I can see my abs as a result.
I should try the COVID diet.
Yeah.
So apparently the gal that shot the guy over in Minneapolis.
Yeah, Brooklyn Center, I believe, is what they call it.
If I was king for a day, would we let this ride? Because to me, there's only one Brooklyn.
Yeah, so
Brooklyn Center's a little confusing. Brooklyn Center probably
we're calling
should
it
be
Minneapolis.
At the center of Brooklyn, and it's not. And so I don't like that. But it's an ongoing gag here on Free Talk Live that I hate repeat names. I hate that there's a Portland, Oregon, and a Portland, Maine.
Right,
I don't like that.
Right, yeah.
There's a Lincoln in every state.
Yeah.
Oh,
there might be. There's certainly a Manchester in every state of New England.
I think there's a nowhere in Wisconsin.
There's a where in New Hampshire.
Right, but that's different than nowhere.
Indeed.
I always thought maybe nobody could relocate to nowhere. Yeah. And then he could be nobody from nowhere. Yes, you are correct, Mark. There was a veteran ex-cop who, quote, accidentally, unquote, shot Dante Wright dead Sunday when he tried to flee during a traffic stop. Could be charged under Minnesota law, legal experts say. Could be charged. Ooh, could be.
Well, as I heard the audio, and it sounded like a woman's voice saying over and over again, taser, 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 taser. And then presumably she pulled her gun and shot somebody.
That's basically what happened, near as I can tell.
And
this person has been identified now as Kimberly Potter, age 48.
As if the color and the weight of what she was holding, she couldn't tell?
Well, presumably she couldn't. And I mean, I think screaming taser 3 times before you pull it, whether or not that is some kind of ruse, is pretty darn effective in suggesting that it was a mistake. But if I made this mistake, nobody's going to cut me any slack.
I mean, I don't yell chicken, chicken, chicken before I had dinner tonight. Seems ridiculous.
Having taken her father's throne, Sarah Calhoun has fallen out with one of her best allies, and her brother Nathaniel heads into Imperial Philadelphia with a reckless plan. Her uncle Thomas, armed with new powers and new allies, aims to remove Sarah from her throne and from the world of the living. To survive and to gain the strength she needs to fight an impossible war, Sarah must unite the Mound Builder Kings to enact an ancient rite that will propel her beyond mortality. Servant Daughter by DJ Butler is the newest entry in the Dragon Award-winning Witchy War series from Baen Books at BaenBooks.com.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you're helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at Bitcoin.com. That's Bitcoin.com.
Hey developers, Do you want to add Bitcoin to your apps, website? Want to make something creative? AnyPay is the way. We made a super simple API just for you at anypay.dev. You don't need any special knowledge of Bitcoin. Plug it into your app or website and it just works. Get paid on the transactions your users make. Whether you're brand new to web development or have decades of experience, you can add Bitcoin to anything with anypay.dev.
What if you want to hear the latest episode of Free Talk Live, but all you have is your phone, you forgot to download our archive, and you have no data connection? You can call our Listen line at 641-793-0191. That's a long-distance number, so you may incur charges. If not, listen as long as you want. 641-793-0191. The Free Talk Live Listen line, 641-793-0191.
We have some good news. The indictments against Ross Ulbricht in the District of Maryland were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can never be refiled. This is especially good because those indictments contain the only charge ever made that Ross engaged in murder for hire. This was a serious allegation that Ross Ulbricht denies. It was never prosecuted or ruled on by a jury, but was trumpeted by the federal government and the media as if it were proven fact. The Maryland court held these indictments for almost 5 years, poisoning Ross's case and leaving him under a cloud of unproven allegations. As explained in Ross's appeal to the Supreme Court, the fact that the judge used these allegations to give Ross a draconian sentence of double life without parole violated his Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial. Judges are required to issue sentences based on convictions decided by a jury, not unproven allegations never even charged at trial. Although this is a positive development, the dropped indictment will not set Ross free. Now, a presidential pardon is Ross's only hope of freedom. Sign the petition at freeross.org. freeross.org.
Tired of cancel culture? Sick of mega tech corporations holding an axe over your head? Join the LRN.FM Matrix chat server. It's self-hosted, so no one else can tell us what to do or say. Don't like the existing channels? You can make your own. You can even connect into some of our channels from other Matrix servers. It's federated. For the full LRN.FM Matrix experience, though, you should join our server via the step-by-step instructions at chat.lrn.fm. chat.lrn.fm.
Should you be able to earn an honest living free from senseless government interference? The Institute for Justice thinks so. That's why we've spent years defending hard-working men and women from pointless government regulations. Nationwide, IJ has created opportunity by reducing government power. But there is still more work to be done. Visit our website today at ij.org. Let IJ take care of the government so you can take care of your business.
Yep, we still do email. Drop your email address in the entry box at freetalklive.com, and you'll be kept in